Hello Shemai and welcome back to the Director of Football Challenge. Today we are in the Europa League. Again, we have some Europa League action for you guys, and we are playing against S2.EP3 of Romania. Since last episode I have played a lot of games. We had that disappointing 6-1 defeat to Fenerbahce, and after that we suffered a little bit of a crisis. We lost 4-1 away at Stoke and 1-0 at home to Sunderland, and I was really starting to worry. So what did I do? I changed the tactic. Yes, as the title of this video suggests, we have a new tactic. We'll get to that in just a bit, but after our 1-0 defeat to Sunderland, which was the first game we employed our new tactic, we went away to S2.EP3 and won 5-0. They scored 2 own goals. It was a fantastic performance all round. As you could probably tell, we won 5-0. And it was really good confidence booster. Following that, we beat Hull 4-2, where Joshua Noma really came into his own. He's played really well since this game. And we defeated our previous manager, Michael Laudrup. I think he's still there. He's still there. They're 20th in the league with Michael Laudrup, and they're on a horrendous run of form. They lost 6-2 to Arsenal in the Cup, and they just haven't recovered from that. And they're doing very poorly in the league. They have just had a takeover though, so come January he might have a lot of money to spend. And if you see, they had a friendly against Paris FC. Shout out to my old series, my first series on YouTube, The Road to Glory with Paris FC. So after beating Hull 4-2, we played Middlesbrough in the EFL Cup 1-2-1. And then we just beat Burnley 1-0. So if we look at the state of play in competitions, things are looking a little bit more positive than last episode. Premier League hasn't changed that much because we've only won 2 games really. We're up to 15th now. We've got a bit of momentum, and there's only 3 points between us and 9th. So things could go up quite quickly in the Premier League. That's what we're hoping. We do have Norwich on the weekend, which we'll hope will be 3 points. And then we have an international break. In the Euro Cup, things are looking much better than last time. And after that 5-0 win against S2.EP3, our goal difference is positive again. After that 6-1 defeat by Fenerbahce, I really didn't think we'd get back to positive goal difference. But we did it in one game. We won 5-0. And we're playing S2.EP3 today, which we really need to win if we've got a chance of getting out of the Euro Cup. And maybe hope that Fenerbahce beat Braga, so we can put some good distance between us and Braga then. We've drawn Leicester in the EFL Cup quarter-final. And like I said at the start of the video, this is a new tactic. And here it is. We have the 4-3-2-1 narrow. And it seems to be working very well. For today's game, we have Fabianski goals, Kyle Norton right back, Bruno centre back, Federico Fernandez alongside him, and Ruben Duarte, who scored his first goal not so long ago. Leroy Fer, Jack Cork, and Yaya Toure in midfield. And then we have 2 players behind the striker now. Joshua Noma, who's played absolutely fantastic in the last few games, and Gylfi Sigurdsson, who's starting to come into his own, with Fernando Llorente up front. The reason I'm putting Llorente up front is because I'm keeping Jordan Ayew for the weekend, because we need some first team players to be 100% fit. He's got 11 goals, but he's obviously going to be able to come off the bench today. So the main change of the tactics is a lot more compact midfield. There's been said by our assistant manager that there was too much of a gap between the defence and midfield. And now we have 3 midfielders playing in pretty much the same position. We have a roaming playmaker, a ball-willing midfielder, and a deep line playmaker. So kind of like bounce off each other, I'd like to say, like work with each other in midfield, while Jack Cork is still hold back a little bit and play defensively. And then the reason why I put 2 players behind the striker is mainly because the striker seemed to need more support. And having 2 players behind the striker works a lot better than having just 1 and 2 strikers, because it's all about feeding into that one striker now. So here's today's game then. As you can see, the last 5 games, if we look at the rating, it's incredibly good, and a lot of that comes from that 5-0 win against S2.EP3. Llorente is the only outfield player who has a sub-7 rating in the last few games. But we're hoping today is going to be a good opportunity for him to score some goals against a fairly decent Romanian side. But all we're looking for today is a win. Rather unsurprisingly, we are the favourites for today. And according to this, S2.EP3 have conceded a lot of goals late on in each half. So they're bottom of the table. If they win today and Braga win, it opens up the group massively. Braga could well beat Fenerbahce, so a victory today is incredibly important. I think we did beat Braga. Yeah, we've beaten Braga once. We lost to Fenerbahce and we've beaten Astra Giorgio. So we're starting our second run of games now, and we really need to start off with this with a win. They have got a player up front called J Mata, and I was thinking surely that's not Juan Mata, and it wasn't. It was Jamie Mata. I'm pretty sure I've heard of him before, but I'm not entirely sure. But they have Jamie Mata up front, who apparently is actually their best player as well. He's one we need to watch today. Apparently we're getting we're playing some good stuff. We've started to play some short passing as well. We've got a lot of players in midfield who have very good passing statistics. We haven't had a shot on target yet. We're 25 minutes in. Not much has happened. There's not much to talk about because we're 30 minutes in and there's only been one shot on target and it's come from Astra. There's a first highlight of the game. Duarte with a throw into Llorente. He holds up the ball quite well. Gives it to Torre to Sigurdsson with a fantastic spread of the play out wide to Norton. What can he do? He crosses it in. Llorente's there. He heads it. And that's why we picked him today. He's headed it straight back across the goalkeeper into the bottom right-hand corner. It was a fantastic cross by Norton. Look at Llorente's starting position. He makes a fantastic run. And picks off the fullback. Really good play from Llorente to stick onto the fullback. A deep cross by Norton. And it's headed into the bottom right-hand corner. There's another highlight here. If we can pinch the ball just outside their box, that'd be really good. Matt on the ball. Jack Cork with a great sliding tackle. Very risky there. He is on a yellow card. They've won it back. Llorente flicked it on but didn't quite get there. We've got it back though with Torre into Sigurdsson. What can he do with it? Out wide to Duarte. Can he get a cross in? Gives it to Cork, to Leroy Fer, to Joshua Noma. The space out wide for Norton. What can he do with it? Back inside to Torre, to Sigurdsson, to Cork, to Norton again. Goes into the box. Onoma and Llorente gets it. It's 2-0. That was an incredibly well-worked goal. There's some really, really neat passing in there. And that's what we've been looking for, really. Kyle Norton, it's headed away by Even. Joshua Onoma gets it, and Llorente just about stays onside. I'm pretty sure that was a shot by Onoma, but Llorente just latched onto it, and it's now 2-0. Jamie Matt has been injured as well. It's been a nightmare for Astra, and it's been an absolute perfect first half on our behalf. Everyone's playing pretty well. Defensively, we're looking pretty solid as well. And everyone's having a good game. What we need to do now is try and make sure we take off some tired players for the weekend. So I'm going to bring off Jack Cork for Tom Carroll. Anyone else? Leroy Fur's looking quite tired. Yaya Toure is obviously going to be tired. So we're going to bring Yaya Toure off in about 5 minutes. He's been someone who's been very well in midfield. Yaya Toure's had a good game. Andre Horta was injured as well. I forgot to mention that. He's now back from injury. This will be his first game back from injury. Gylfi Sigurdsson hasn't had the best of games, but not to worry. There's a chance for him to improve. Still 20 minutes left in this game. Leroy Fer with a poor pass up to Llorente. Doesn't quite get to him. Dalbia with the ball out wide to Ivan. Hopefully we can put a foot in. Duarte does. It gives it out wide to Sigurdsson. It goes on a driving run. Loses out to Balzazi. And they've got the ball back with Ivan now to Dalbia. Someone can put a foot in maybe. No, Ivan to Chirichez. I hope that could be Vlad Chirichez actually. It's a strike by Baiku. And it's Astra's probably best chance of the game. That was a good save by Fabianski. Lara with a cross. Fernandez, maybe a chance for a counter-attack here. He hoofs it up to Llorente. He gives the ball to Andre Horta, and he can't find the return pass. And this highlight should be over. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to bring Llorente. I'm going to keep Llorente on. He's going to play 90 minutes. I'm just going to bring Leroy Fer off, maybe. We're going to bring off Federico Fernandez. He's had a good game. We'll give him a rest for the last 10 minutes. It's not going to make that much of a difference in terms of fitness for the weekend. But it might make enough so he can play against Norwich. We're into the last 5 minutes now. There's a corner here. Andre Horta with it in. He whips it in. It's headed away. Kyle Norton is there though. What's he going to do with it? He spreads it out wide to Andre Horta again. There's a really good pass into the box. Llorente could get a hat-trick here. It's headed away. We've still got it though with Duarte. Leroy Fer to Tom Carroll. Out wide. Not really out wide. Now it's out wide. Kyle Norton. Can he put it into the box? He does. Llorente's there. And he gets his deserved hat-trick. Maybe that will be the confidence booster now. That'll kick him on in the Premier League as well. So we'll have 2 informed strikers. Kyle Norton with 2 assists this game. He's had a fantastic game as well. Llorente on the half volley. He's not going to miss from there. He smashes it into the back of the net And Kyle Norton and Fernando Llorente have had absolutely exquisite games today, and they've been absolutely perfect. We're into the last minute now. Kirike's on the ball, out wide to Sapurno. Duarte's putting some good pressure on. We've won it back as well. Llorente, there's a chance for a fourth here. Out wide he goes to Norton. He's got a chance to run at the defence. He does so just about. Pass it back to Onoma, into Andre Horta. Sigurdsson with it to Llorente. Could he get a fourth goal maybe? Out wide to Duarte. Can he put a cross in? No, he can't. It's a free kick. Chance for Sigurdsson to whip a good ball in here with just 10 minutes left. Sigurdsson with the free kick. It goes in. It's headed away. This is probably just going to be the end of the game now. Sigurdsson out wide to Fur. He's just about held on to it. It's gone out for a throw-in, and that's going to be the final whistle as soon as this throw-in comes in. Kyle Norton with it. It's a long throw. It doesn't even get to take it. It's 3-0. That was a very, very good win. And now we're not top of the group. We're second in the group. But like I said before the game, it would be nice for Fenerbahce to beat Braga and put some distance between us. Fenerbahce won 3-0 against Braga. I just saw it there. So they're having a very good run in the Europa League so far. That defeat to Astra Georgia is long distant memory for them. They've won 6-1, 2-1 and 3-0. That's why they've got such a good goal difference. It's going to be hard for us to catch Galatasaray simply for Galatasaray? Fenerbahce. I might have called them that a few times before and just completely not realised. But there we have it. Another victory in the Europa League. That's good for us. We're on course, hopefully now. I think it's... Who have we got next in the Europa League? It's Braga next. So if we beat Braga, that's it. We'll be qualified for the next round because we'll be 9 points ahead of them with just one game remaining. It's going to be hard for them to get above us now. They have to win both their remaining games and we have to lose both our remaining games to be out of this competition. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you have any tips or comments, please leave a comment down below. I'll see you again.